Hi, my name is Zach, and I'm an online content creator. So it started back in 2006. The church I was going to, I had a friend who wanted to show me this website called YouTube, and I'd never heard about it before. It was a place where people would upload videos. It was just normal people. It wasn't like professional TV shows or movies. It was just average, ordinary people who got a camera and were able to get footage onto YouTube. So I found out about that, just thought it was the coolest thing ever, that you could create something, put it online, and share it with essentially everybody in the world. Finally, I think it was either in 2008 or early 2009, I was able to get a channel created, and I called it GameKid37. And my very, very first YouTube video that I ever posted was me showing off my Nintendo GameCube and Nintendo Wii games at the time. Led me through a ton of different channels. The first one that actually got a bit of traction was one I called Toy Hunter 97, and I did all sorts of wrestling themed videos. I'd just gotten into WWE professional wrestling, and I found out they make action figures, and there were people who did these stop motion animations where they made their own matches, they had their own storylines, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. So I started doing some of my own and got a little bit of traction. Like I think I had a video that got 1,000 views or something like that, and so that was kind of my first real channel that I actually stuck with for a few years and had a decent library of content on. Eventually though, like all the other channels I'd started, I eventually stopped doing Toy Hunter 97 after about like 4 or 5 years of working on it. And then I went from one wrestling channel to a whole different one. This new channel I started right after I graduated from high school in mid-2015. I called it Tap Out Corner. So then in July 2019, I had graduated from college, I had my associate's degree. I was in between jobs at the time and was kind of not really sure what I was going to do. I was debating whether to go back to school, get my bachelor's degree, try to find a job, start a career, or do something. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that point. But then about that time, I had some ideas for Tap Out Corner. There was some stuff happening in the wrestling world that I thought, hey, this would make a great little video. So I went back to the channel. I hadn't been posting to Tap Out Corner for about 8 months at that point, but decided just get back into it. I made a short, quick little video, posted it, thought nothing of it really, just kept focusing on other things. And then that video just took off like nothing. So after that happened, Tap Out Corner kind of became a part-time job for me. I posted videos, usually at least one video per week, and was still doing some work in the real world, the non-YouTube related. But then over the next few years, it slowly, channel grew. I didn't need to do this part-time job, or I didn't really need to do these gigs anymore. And so it slowly just became more and more of a full-time job, where now I solely do YouTube and other things that I'm really interested in. One of the other cool parts about the channel growing was I was able to start hiring people to help me with videos. So now I have a team of freelancers who help me edit videos, help me with researching topics and whatnot. And then in May of 2020, it got to the point where I was just like, okay, I need to turn this into an actual business, not just some YouTube channel that I run. So I actually started a limited liability company. I began Red Falls Media LLC, and that's actually the business that I own, and that's the business that owns the Tap Out Corner channel, technically. Don't give up. It's when you're starting out brand new, you've never done YouTube at all, it's gonna take a long, long time before you figure out how to make a good video, or make a video that'll be successful with the algorithm that people will watch. I uploaded my first video back when I was like 13 or 12 years old, and it wasn't until I was 19 years old that I finally made it a job. So it took me a crazy amount of time to figure out what it took to make a really good video. And even now, like if you go back to my videos that are like 2 or even a year old, there's stuff I'll look at and I'll say, man, I would have changed this, or I would have included this, or I would have worded this differently, or here's how I would have presented it. So biggest piece of advice I'd say is don't give up. it's going to be a big learning process. You know, your videos aren't going to succeed at first, but just stay at it, celebrate every little victory you get, and just keep learning. There's tons of free information out there right now, and study what works for other channels. Notice how does that title, how that thumbnail look, what made me click on that video, what about this video made me watch all the way to the end. Those are kind of the big things to look at if you want to know how to make a successful video on YouTube.